You better freaking cut this part out.
No, this is going in the beginning.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go call my divorce attorney.
Why?
I'm out.
Hey, it's November 10th, 2022. Shad and Heather with another episode.
Episode 2, Spades Podcast.
Finally.
November 10th.
What happened? What are we talking about?
Well, we'll start out by talking about the real estate market.
Yay.
Your favorites.
Real estate. Let's hear it.
Today's CPI report came out, and it shows that inflation might be moving in the right direction, which is good. Which also has
Wait. What's moving in the right direction?
the CPI report.
What does CPI mean?
It shows that inflation. It shows the inflation number. It's a consumer price index. So when the consumer price index goes up, that means that the inflation is going up and the cost of everything is going up. And when it goes down, it's showing that it might be moving in the right direction. But we don't know if it's a one-off or whatever. Because, recession is when we have 2 consecutive months where the consumer price index is going up and up and up. And we have had that. So, technically, we would be in a recession. But
I taught you that.
today shows that it's going down slightly. And so the market's rallied just a little bit. And what's it called? Mortgage rates are down slightly. So they were over 7%. By the end of today, they may be just slightly under 7%. So that's some good news. However,
I'm so happy to hear that.
aren't you?
Yes, I've been actually dreaming about this day for so long.
Well, but I've got bad news for you because next month the Fed is meeting again and they're expected to raise the basis points by 50 again in December. So
Are they going to be meeting with Facebook?
probably. Probably. That's a terrible story, but we weren't planning on talking about that story today, but we could if you want to later. Let's talk about that later. So anyways, it's good news. The rates are slightly down, but they're probably going to go up again before they go down, like really down. So, and the other thing that sucks is even though the rates are going down a little bit, cost of living things are still going up. Guess how high food has gone up since last year? What percentage do you think food has gone up since last year?
37%.
10.9%.
Damn, that was close.
How much is
It feels like 37%.
says the guy who almost never goes to the grocery store.
Yeah, but I eat tacos all the time. I used to go buy a taco for 99 cents. Now it's like $3.
How much has energy gone up, do you think?
Well, I think everybody's energy has gone down. They're so pissed.
No, energy costs stupid.
Oh.
What percentage from last year?
57.
17.6%. How much have eggs gone up?
I don't know. We have chickens.
We have chickens that don't lay eggs right now. They're making us so crazy. How much have eggs gone up?
How much is a dozen of eggs? Normally.
I don't know. We don't normally buy eggs, but I know the percentage that they've gone up. But I think part of the reason that eggs have gone up so much is because that avian flu, they had to kill a ton of turkeys and chickens.
Fake news. 36%.
43%.
I was getting closer.
Eggs have gone up the most of anything. Bread is up 14.8% and milk is up 14%.
How much has Perrier?
How much has Perrier gone up? I don't know. You're the one that bought that. You're going to have to tell me.
You told me to buy sparkling water.
Yeah, but that's fancy people's sparkling water. I like the Topo Chico.
But we can afford the fancy water because we don't pay for eggs.
Well, our chickens are not laying, so I actually did have to buy eggs. So that's the market update. That's where we're at. We're just still kind of sitting and waiting to see what's going to happen.
So should I buy a house right now?
I would say yes, because it's still going to go up in value. I mean, we live in an area that's very stable. as far as housing. People are still moving here from all over the country just to get out of states that they don't agree with the politics. So our area is one of the highest, growing areas in the whole state. Actually, we have 9 times the amount of well applications from any other county in the entire state of Texas.
You may want to specify what you mean by well.
Water well applications
Well, there's a lot of people that
for new builds.
don't know that.
Well, I know. I was just I was answering you. You're 100% right. So yeah, we have 9 times the amount of water well applications of any other county in the state of Texas. Like Parker County is growing and doing well. So I personally still think that it is a good time to buy because you can actually get seller concessions. You can get credits from sellers. You can actually offer lower than list price, substantially in some cases.
You know what I've noticed?
So that's way better than it was the past 2 years.
Here's what I've noticed.
What?
When people ride my butt when I'm driving, or they cut me off, or just completely act like idiots, I always look at the license plate, and it's not our state.
Every time.
Pretty much every time. We're friendly drivers here.
I think Texas drivers are bananas.
Well, I think all the out-of-state drivers are bananas.
Well, okay, to stand up for out-of-state drivers, when you first come to Texas, these frontage roads freaking make no sense. It literally was like they had to put thought into making the frontage roads and the highways so confusing. I've
never once been confused by those.
Oh, really? So like when you well, that's because you've lived here your whole freaking life. But when you come here from another state, it's like there's like these highways, this like 35E and 35W, and like in other states, it doesn't have confusing names. We have an interstate called 820. There's like 820 north, west, and east.
You can tell when someone's from California
What?
because they call it the 20.
The 20, that's a fact.
I'm like, bro, you're not from around here, are you?
That is a fact. That's 100% right. The 20. Anytime someone talks to me, oh, I took the 10 over to the thing. I'm like, oh, you're from LA. You're from California. That's true. Baby, what's your fun fact for today? It's time for Shad's fun fact.
Fun fact. What did you do?
That worked out perfectly. I didn't even know what effect that was going to do.
Have you ever heard of the band called Touch?
No.
Yeah, no? Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Sing a song that they do.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. That was the original name. Touch.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. That's Spice Girls.
Yeah. They changed their name. They were originally called Touch.
Show me proof. I don't even believe that.
I was talking to Mel C about it, and that's what she told me.
Baby, your facts have to be facts.
Mel C's part of the Spice Girls.
All right, I'm going to need human beings out there to fact check this because I think this is extremely fishy.
She DM'd me on Insta.
Oh, really? What was her Spice Girl name?
Mel C.
What was her Spice Girl name?
Mel C.
No.
Nobody's named Mel C. That's her Spice Girl name.
No.
Yes.
No, there's like Posh, Sporty, Spice.
Mel C.
No. That's it.
Anyway,
I'm looking it up. You keep telling it, but I don't think that's true.
She said the band was so bland and boring that they changed it to the Spice Girls, and they instantly became famous.
I can't look it up because I put my phone on airplane mode.
Oops. That's my fun fact.
So it was so bland and so boring, they named it the Spice Girls to add
To
some spice.
it up.
Ooh,
You get it?
yes.
Touch. Look it up on Apple Music. Touch.
That's pretty interesting, actually. Okay. Today in history.
Let's hear it. What?
He's a history buff, so I'm giving him history facts. On this day in 1969, guess what TV show debuted today?
Sesame Street.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know what year The Simpsons debuted?
He's right. It was Sesame Street. Sesame Street came out November 10th, 1969. The Simpsons? No.
I think they started it in 89 and it actually premiered in 90. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure about that.
Baby, I have an idea for us how to get rich.
What's that?
Well, in South Dakota, They discovered a giant T-Rex skull.
That'd be interesting.
And it's going to auction next month, and they're expecting to get in excess of $15 million for it.
What the hell is someone going to do with a giant T-Rex skull?
They're going to put it in a freaking natural history museum.
For how much money?
Dude, just think about it. They probably have all of these dinosaur bodies that have no heads. So somebody with a natural, like maybe freaking Florida's Natural History Museum in Miami, maybe that one doesn't have a head. So they're like, oh my gosh, we have to pay $15 million to buy that skull to put on. So now we have a full T-Rex.
Do you believe in dinosaurs? Do you actually think they existed? I think all these things they find are 3D printed, and then they bury them.
3D printed?
Absolutely.
They have existed way before 3D printers existed. Are you crazy?
That's not true. They just started finding them, like, what, 10 days ago? I mean, think about it.
This is on the daily with him. This is our conversations every damn day. I try to tell him a story, and he is like, pew, pew. And he thinks I'm ADD.
If you read the news, say you read 10 news articles, in your brain, how many of those news articles you instantly think, this can't be real, this is not real?
Well, I did read one about UFOs today, but I didn't put that in our circulation of things to talk about.
Do you believe that owls are actually aliens?
Yes.
Our neighbor has an owl.
So our neighbor, he is like the biggest, most kind-hearted man known to mankind. And he has like, he dressed up as Forrest Gump and straight up looked like Forrest Gump, the Forrest Gump that was like running across the whole entire country. This man, if he finds an animal, he will keep it and raise it and make it his. They just posted, I would look it up, but my phone's on airplane mode. They just posted, your live just turned off.
Oh, it's unable to access. That's all right. Whatever.
Okay. Well, he just posted a photo of this owl because somebody hit an owl with their car. And then he found it on the side of the road. It was all bloody and like could barely lift its head up. And he brought it home, and like this owl is their pet. And his wife posted on Facebook yesterday pictures of this owl, and they like literally have a picture of the owl wearing aviator sunglasses.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of
so
cool.
Funny. And she's like, baby, the owl is doing fine. I am tired of him flying literally around our tiny little house and knocking everything down and pooping on everything. And Josh goes, let's just put sheets over all of our stuff.
Exactly.
Let's keep the owl and just put sheets over all of our stuff, because an owl. And this is not a small owl. It's like this big.
No, it's like that big.
Really? Have you seen it in real life?
No, I haven't.
We need to drive up there and look at it.
But in my brain, it's that big. Hey, if he let it go, I bet it would just circle around his property and like hang out there.
Like our ducks used to do?
Yeah, we used to have ducks that would literally go in to roost at night, wake up in the morning, and just fly around and land and come eat and come back.
But they never landed in our pool.
No, never.
It's the weirdest thing. We thought for sure they would land in our pool, but they didn't. So it's so weird. Okay, next up.
What do you got? I haven't looked at the news all day because
There's not very much good news.
I'm literally, and I apologize for the first episode. We looked it up, and she told me it was horrible, and then it was super boring. So I'm trying to do better.
Just the beginning, because you were so focused on the headphones. So for the first 10 minutes, he complained about his headphones, and that was not fun. Right. But anyway, let's talk about the...
But wait, people watch TV shows where people just complain. The whole show.
That's true.
So I'm on to something.
Let's talk about the red trickle. Because we did talk about the election a lot on the last one. So
the red wave?
No, it was more of like a red drop of water.
What do you think?
That dissipated. And it was like they had like red water, and they dropped it on something, and it evaporated as soon as it hit the surface.
What do you think
That's
happened?
how I feel about the election.
Do you think just nobody showed up to vote?
Yes, I think nobody showed up to vote. And it's so disappointing, because here we are in the worst numbers of history of everything, pretty much. And nobody showed up to freaking
Did nobody show up? Is there numbers saying that nobody showed up?
I thought you said that.
No. I said the last presidential election, there were, I forgot the numbers, but
You said like 50%
a whole bunch of people did not vote at all.
which is normal. Like 50% of people normally vote.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy because I feel like you don't vote, but you bitch.
I had to force you to vote. Had to force you to vote.
That's because it's all rigged.
So was it rigged or did people not show up to vote? Because I think people didn't show up to vote. There were more people in line to check out at HEB than there was to vote. And that is disappointing to me.
Okay, here's how it works. My son ran for student council in 5th grade, right?
Did he win?
It was excellent. He did great. Everybody loved him. But there was one girl, and her dad is the teacher at the same school, but a higher grade up. So she won. And he said she literally did nothing, but just because.
Well, but this was also the perspective of a 10-year-old kid. What did he do?
He's a smart 10-year-old kid.
I agree. But what did he do to win more than she did?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, that's usually how it works. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
He should have pulled the racism card and then she would have been thrown out and he would have won.
Oh, Lord, we just got canceled.
I know. He should have pulled
YouTube,
it out.
iTunes, everything. Your phone's blowing up right now.
I have it on airplane mode, so it's not blowing up.
Well, they just texted me and said we're canceled.
Oh, so I'm so disappointed. I literally am so disappointed. I haven't even looked to see if we actually have the House or the Senate. I think we have the Senate. I don't know if we have the House or not. But
I'm to the point.
Don't say you don't care. Is that what you were going to say? We have to care.
But at this point, it's kind of like you're in a really, really crappy marriage and you really want it to work, but there's only one person that wants it to work and the other one doesn't. And you argue constantly about it.
Sounds like you have some experience with that.
Anyway, so that's pretty much what it is to me.
I agree.
There's no point.
But we still have to try. If
I
everybody gives up trying, then what hope do we even have for the future?
I don't know. I mean, I at this point, I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't either. What I do know is that Biden came out and said, oh, guess what? Since there wasn't a red wave, obviously everyone loves what I'm doing, so I'm going to run for president again, and I'm not going to change a damn thing about anything that I'm doing. I'm not going to try to fight inflation. I'm not going to try to do this or that. He's like, I'm just going to go buy some ice cream.
I'm going to tell you my story about my gas station visit this morning. I try to find the most country gas stations to go to because there's always old dudes in there playing the lottery and they're so fun. They have the funniest stories. They're all made up, I can tell you now, but they are hilarious because I'll talk to them and they're usually smoking and it's just fun. Anyway, I was pumping my gas today. This old lady comes walking out. She's got all the lottery tickets. And
did you tell her someone already won the Powerball?
No, they were scratch offs.
Oh.
Anyway, she was scratching them as she was walking back to the car, and the old man that was pumping next to me said, I usually come to this gas station. It's really, really cheap, but today it's really damn high. And his wife goes, that's because the damn election just happened, you stupid.
She did. So you were in the gas station, and the guy says...
Yeah, so the guy says, I don't even remember.
He said, the gas has cost so much more today. And this old lady said, that's because of the damn election.
Oh, yeah. And he was like, shut up, Martha. And that was it. I don't know.
That was a disappointing ending.
Well, then they drove off. But it was really funny. I should have videoed it.
Oh, gosh.
What else? What do you got?
I'm going to read. Oh, shoot. I got off of it. Okay. There's a subreddit called Am I the A-hole? And I think it's kind of funny. So there was a story. I'll just summarize it for you.
Perfect.
There's a story about this guy, and he and his wife retired to a country where apparently they don't have really great public sewer systems. And so they try not to use toilet paper in their homes. So they bought bidets, and they had bidets installed in 3 of their homes. So
what is a bidet?
What?
Well, there's people that don't know what it is.
Well,
I would like you to explain it.
I'm not going to act it out, but
Can you act it
I
out?
almost bought it because of the toilet paper shortage of freaking 2020. Remember? We actually had an electric outlet installed in the bathroom so that we could install a bidet. And I wimped out and haven't bought one. But
I'm gonna make a confession right now.
what?
I would never use it.
I guarantee you say that now, but you'd have the warm water on your butthole and you'd be like, yes.
No, I don't.
Yes, you would. And it blows warm air on you to dry, so you don't even need to use toilet paper.
How is that even sanitary if it's blowing it and it's blowing it all over the toilet?
It's a self-cleaning. It cleans the toilet too.
The entire toilet.
Yes.
Lies.
Okay.
That's
So-
no different than these dinosaur skulls.
What? That's a true
Fake.
story. That was on CNN or something. Okay, listen.
There's no way.
So this guy gets 3 bidets put in his house. And he says to his brother and his sister-in-law, hey, come and visit us in Costa Rica. I don't know where they live. They live somewhere. And so the brother and sister-in-law are like, we feel weird about using bidets. And so they freaking clog up 2 of the bathrooms in his house. And he says, you know what? You got to fix the toilets because you guys clogged them up with your stupid toilet paper. And they said, no, we need to use the toilet in your bathroom. And he's like, absolutely not. I'm not letting you use my toilet. In fact, if you don't want to fix the toilets that you clogged up, you need to go stay in a hotel. So then they go stay in a hotel. And now they're going on social media and they're posting all over the place that he is the a-hole because he asked them to use bidets and not to clog up his toilets. They didn't listen to him. They clogged them up. And so now he's posting about them. So literally, they're in this other country. They're both posting about each other and what jerks they are. And everyone in his country is supporting him, saying they're the jerks. And everyone in their country is saying that he's a jerk. What do you think?
He's not the jerk. It's his house.
Exactly.
It's his rules.
And when I first told you about this, you were totally the opposite opinion. And I said, wait a second, I think you're going to agree with the guy.
Well, the first time you told me, I wasn't listening.
God.
I listened this time.
Just like every day.
At least I can admit it. That's why we get along. Because
Because you don't listen to me.
100%.
Wow. I feel so loved.
What?
I feel so loved.
I'm sorry, what?
Gosh. Well, so,
Let's talk about fashion.
okay.
So, is it like cool to wear pajamas now?
I don't know if it's cool
Is it cool?
versus it's just like that's what people do because they're so damn lazy.
Are they lazy or
Comfort.
Are they just comfy?
Comfort before all.
Because when you come home, you're dressed very nice, but as soon as you come home, you're in pajamas.
Yes,
right?
but unlike that one movie, do you know what I'm talking about? It's the movie starring Jason Bateman and his wife. And every time she would come home and she would tighten her sweatpants, he knew he wasn't getting lucky. I'm just saying, that's no indication of your luckiness that night.
What were we talking about?
Sweatpants.
Oh, yeah, sweatpants. So you come home, you put on sweatpants, and you're comfy.
I am.
But if you had to run to the store, would you change out your sweatpants or go to the store in your sweatpants?
I would change out of my sweatpants, but that's
Would
just
you?
me. Yes, because with my job, I might get called while I'm at the grocery store and they'd be like, oh my gosh, Heather, this house just hit the market. We have to see it tonight. So
Well,
I have to be ready to look nice.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, saying that they dressed professionally for their job. They came home, changed, and then they had to go run errands. But that can't be true because I saw somebody at like 11 o'clock at lunch in pajamas. Like straight up pajamas.
Well, it's just,
no.
you can't really judge people because you don't know what's going on in their life. Like they may have been up literally all night with their newborn baby and they may have just gotten out of bed and they don't have any food. And so they're just like, I'm just trying to make it through the day. You just never know what people's situations are. You know what I mean?
No.
Now, teenagers going to school,
Well, that's who I'm
they
most...
have no excuse.
That's who I'm mostly talking about. I mean, I don't really see a whole lot of adults dressed that way. I mean, I kind of do sometimes.
At least
but-
my boys don't. I mean, they wear baggy clothes that you don't like necessarily, but they're not going to school in sweatpants ever. It's a fact.
I leave before they even get out of bed.
Anyway,
so what was I saying?
sweatpants.
I don't remember.
You got to stay focused.
I am focused, but you keep interrupting me.
Well, that's what we do. That's how we stay happily
Sweatpants,
married.
lunch. Oh, so maybe it's because everybody works from home now.
Elon Musk just came out and said, "No more working from home, you lazy bums. Get your butts into work."
What do we think of him? Have we talked about him? Do we?
I actually think he's a time traveler that came back from the future just to mess us up.
Can we talk about conspiracy theories?
Yes.
I can't think of any off my head, but we need to have somebody here that knows a lot about it because I'm really interested. I'm very open about that.
We need to have a guest that talks about conspiracies. Cameron Hale.
Does he do conspiracies?
Yeah, that's all his podcast is about, cryptids and conspiracies and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know if it's conspiracies.
Well,
It's more like weird, crazy,
speaking
mysterious.
of conspiracies, one of the things that was trending in the news today is Alex Jones. Guess why?
Who knows?
He was ordered to pay almost $1 billion a couple weeks ago. And today he was ordered to pay $470-some million more.
For the same thing?
Yes.
That's crazy.
For punitive damages this time. So he's now $1.5 billion in the hole. I bet he wishes he would have won the freaking lottery.
I don't think he's going to pay anything ever.
Well, he transferred all his assets into his wife's name.
I mean, can he just say, "Oh, I'm bankrupt"?
There's got to be some law. Yes, of course. And he is saying that. But there's got to be some law that protects the family.
Who was on trial recently that was so boring to watch and everybody was so into it? The all the memes were like, "I put a key and a bee stung me." I don't know.
The Johnny Depp trial.
What was that even about?
I thought you were talking about that one guy that plowed into everybody in that Christmas parade a year ago. Brooks?
What's he doing? He's not in jail?
He was convicted, yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
He represented himself, and he was so crazy. He was like, he literally intimidating the judge. He was like, he would like stare at her and be like so awful to her and interrupt her constantly. Oh man, she had to have him removed from the courtroom like multiple times. That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, I mean, obviously I don't keep up with any of that.
But you know about the Johnny Depp trial.
It was literally every meme on any social media I had.
I know, I kind of missed that because that was kind of funny.
I hated it because I had no interest in it whatsoever.
No.
No, none. There's like literally nothing that I follow that like social type thing. Well, okay, well that was boring. Okay, never mind.
Let's talk about your Instagram feed.
What about it?
Well, you just opened it up a little bit ago and it was pretty crazy.
So I opened up my Instagram feed.
He was trying to look for news stories.
Yeah, news on Instagram was
And
pretty dumb. There are funny memes though.
What did you see on your Instagram feed?
So as soon as I opened it, it was a woman in fishnets. That was it. You could see everything. And I'm thinking, did something change? I didn't think.
How is that legal? How is that not?
Well, it's probably legal. I mean, it's up to Instagram to decide what they can. I mean, look at Twitter. People are so upset about Elon Musk and saying, "Oh my gosh, my kids are on Twitter." But meantime, there's straight up porn on Twitter. I don't have Twitter.
Well, we
Well,
do. We
I
do. We
do,
just never go on it.
I just know that there is because
We hear about it. That better be why.
yes, yeah, I hear about it. But I've never actually tried to use Twitter. I mean,
I hate Twitter
I don't understand, and I don't understand why every news outlet
and podcasters.
so and so tweeted this, so and so tweeted that, and that's like their source.
I shouldn't be a news source.
So dumb.
It's crazy. Well, I don't understand how people can be fully, practically butt naked, but the fact that they have fishnet covering up their titties makes it okay. But you can see everything. How is that okay? That's why every kid likes Instagram. Teenage boy.
I remember when I got to Instagram, it was just photos.
We talked about this on the last one.
But now it
used to be a photography app sharing. Remember it had all those cool like filters? Like it was like the OG of filters.
I think it only had like 6.
Yeah, it had like a Polaroid one and like.
I still like Polaroid.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
But anyway, it's turned into, I guess. Well, okay. Here's another fun fact. So, social media itself. I'm gonna screw up all the numbers, but I'm pretty close. It said something like 90% of the people on social media just browse it, and then like 9% actually like and heart and comment and do all that stuff. And then the other 1% are the actual people making the content.
I thought it was, I'm pretty sure that wasn't quite right. And that it was 9% are actual creators of content, like actually have content.
No, the lowest number was the creators.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if your numbers add up. 9%. Yeah, that makes 100%.
I find that pretty crazy. That 1%, like take TikTok. 1% of everybody that's on TikTok actually makes, well, yeah, that probably makes sense now that I think about it. Because most people that comment or like anything, I like to go to their page and I'm like, hey, what are they up to? I want to go see what they're doing. And it's like user so-and-so, 0 videos. Pretty much all the time. But you don't go, when someone likes your post or comment, you never go.
I never stalk them.
I'm not stalking them. I'm just like,
I just don't care. I don't care what they're into. I don't care what they're doing on their channel. I literally don't care.
but what if it's the greatest, most funniest stuff you've seen?
I mean, I'm just not going to check on it. If somebody comments repeatedly, like that Jim Mortensen guy, if he comments repeatedly on my stuff or somebody comments repeatedly, I will go look him up and be like, what's up, bro? And then I'll interact with his stuff more. Like if I have like a follower that like legit
That's what I'm saying.
is interacting with me, then I'll go and look at his stuff and follow him back. But by and large,
you like that guy's content, so
I do.
You went there and you followed him.
Yeah. But I don't do that on every single person that interacts on my stuff. But I don't have a ton of stuff either, though.
I don't know. I just like to troll the trolls.
He does. He literally trolls everybody.
I kind of find joy in that.
You do. I'm trying to find another story.
There's no stories today.
I mean, it's just random stuff.
Do you think if like the red wave happened, that's everything that would be talked about? You know, just like...
Oh, we would be talking about election fraud. We would be talking about how, you know, people were suppressed at the polling places. Yeah, it would be all like people disputing the thing. But the fact that like it didn't happen, they're all like, sweet.
We voted at, what, about 12 o'clock yesterday? Was it yesterday?
I think it was like 1 or 2.
Yeah. I asked the guy, so she and I, we were the only ones in there. Well, no, I guess there was like...
There was a couple people.
3 other people. Anyway, I asked the guy that was checking my ID, and he said, I said, hey, has it been busy today? And he goes, yeah, we've had at least 200 people here. I'm thinking, that's a lot.
Well, but we're in a very rural area, so 200 people for... I mean, we're like out in the country. We're not in town, voting in town. We're voting way out in the country.
Yeah, we're way out in the country. I mean, look at our walls.
What?
That.
They're wood?
Yeah.
Stupid.
It's not very soundproof.
No, that's all right. Well, hopefully more stuff happens in the news before the next podcast because there's just not a ton to talk about. So, but we'll be back. We'll have guests this weekend. We have plans for guests. We have some really cool people that are excited to come on the show.
Who? Tell me.
We have a guy that's a cop in Fort Worth, and he has the craziest stories. You wouldn't believe what happens just 20 minutes that way.
You wouldn't believe what happens if you just turn on a scanner.
Oh my God! One time we turned on the scanner, and again we live in a kind of a small town, and they were like, I'm going to need a cruiser to go out to such and such a Fort Worth highway. There is a woman who would like to turn herself in for stealing a burrito.
Yeah, I remember that. And but the call before that was we have a drunk woman hanging out of the window of her dad's truck saying, "Come arrest me," because she stole the burrito from him. So then she called the cops to turn herself in.
And then right after that, they had a man in a hoodie that went into a store and said that he was very upset because the employees at the store stole his memory of him from himself. And the employees were really freaked out. And I think he was barefoot too. Crazy stuff happens in our town. Yeah.
You just made that part
up. Maybe. Anyway.
All right. So we're going to have some good stuff this weekend, hopefully.
No, not hopefully. We will.
Well, until they cancel because they're scared. They're like, "Oh, camera."
No, that'll be fine.
Let's just tell them
It'll be good.
do like a hidden camera thing.
No.
Do we have to sign a release for that?
I don't know. They're adults. Who cares?
Okay, bye.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see y'all next time.